When we think of great inventions, our minds often travel to ancient Greece or the European Renaissance. We picture famous names like Archimedes or Leonardo da Vinci. But what if I told you that long before them, a land of rivers and monsoons was creating ideas that would shape our world forever? This land was ancient India. It was a place of incredible discovery. For thousands of years, brilliant minds in India were quietly inventing things that were centuries, even millennia ahead of their time. These were not just small ideas. They were foundational concepts that power our modern lives in ways we rarely acknowledge. This story begins more than 5,000 years ago, along the banks of mighty rivers like the Indus and the Saraswati. Here, civilization flourished, not just with big cities and busy trade, but with a deep curiosity about the world. People looked at the stars and charted their movements. They studied the human body and found ways to heal it. They looked at numbers and saw a universe of possibilities. This was a time of great intellectual ferment, where knowledge was seen as a sacred pursuit. The inventions that came from this era were not accidents. Imagine trying to write the number 107 without a zero. You might write 17, but that could be mistaken for 17. Now, imagine trying to do complex mathematics or programming a computer without the number zero. It is simply impossible. The concept of zero as a number in its own right is one of the greatest intellectual leaps in human history. And this revolutionary idea came from ancient India. Shunya, the Sanskrit name. They gave it a symbol. They gave it a place as a true number. Around the 7th century AD, the brilliant mathematician Brahmagupta formally defined the rules for using zero. He showed how to add. He showed how to subtract. He showed how to multiply. He even tried to explain division by zero, a puzzle that still challenges mathematicians today. This Indian invention did not stay in India for long. Arab merchants and scholars who had active trade with India were captivated by this new system of numbers. The famous Persian mathematician Al-Khwarizmi studied the Indian system and wrote a book about it around 825 AD. This book was later translated into Latin in Europe. The Arabs called the new system Hindisat, from India. They called the symbol for zero Cipher, which means empty. When it reached Europe, cipher became the Latin Zephyrus, which eventually evolved into the word zero that we use today. The global impact of zero cannot be overstated. Without zero, there would be no binary code, the language of all our digital devices. It was a gift from India to the world, a silent revolution that unlocked the true power of numbers. Long before modern hospitals existed, a physician in ancient India was performing complex surgeries. His name was Sushruta, often called the father of surgery. Around 600 BC, he wrote the Sushruta Samhita. It wasn't just theory, it was a practical surgical manual. It described over 300 surgical procedures. It listed 121 surgical instruments, scalpels, forceps, needles. Many are strikingly similar to tools used today. His most famous work, Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery. The Sushruta Samhita gives the first detailed rhinoplasty. Rhinoplasty, nose reconstruction. In ancient times, noses were often cut off as punishment. Sushruta rebuilt noses using a forehead skin flap. It's considered a foundation of modern plastic surgery. His text covered much more than nose jobs. He described setting broken bones. He described cataract surgery. He even described cesarean delivery. He was a master of anatomy from studying bodies. He stressed cleanliness and sterilization to prevent infection. Medicine as a noble service combining science with compassion. Imagine a city built 4,500 years ago with straight roads laid out in a perfect grid pattern. A city where every single house had its own bathroom and toilet. A city with a sophisticated underground drainage system to carry away wastewater, keeping the streets clean and hygienic. This was not a dream. This was the reality in the cities of the Harappan civilization, also known as the Indus Valley civilization. The planning of these cities was meticulous. Main streets ran north to south, main streets ran east to west, creating neat rectangular blocks. Houses were built with standardized baked bricks, a sign of a well-organized society. What is most striking is the focus on water management and sanitation. Almost every home was connected to a central drainage system. Another amazing feature, the Great Bath of Mohenjo-Daro. built with finely fitted bricks sealed with natural tar to be waterproof. The genius of Harappan urban planning lies in its focus on the quality of life for ordinary citizens. While other civilizations were building giant monuments for their kings, the Harappans built comfortable cities, clean cities, safe cities for their people. The stories of zero-surgery urban planning are just a few examples from ancient India's vast ocean of knowledge. We could also talk about the invention of crucible steel, which was used to make the legendary Damascus swords. Or we could explore the intricate designs of stepwells in Rajasthan and Gujarat. We could delve into the science of Ayurveda, a holistic system of medicine. The list goes on and on, a continuous thread of innovation woven through the fabric of Indian history. Remembering these achievements is not just about feeling proud of the past. It is about understanding the very nature of human progress. It shows us that great ideas can emerge from any culture, and that knowledge has always been a shared human endeavor. The journey of zero from India to the Arab world and then to Europe is a perfect example of how ideas cross borders and build upon each other. For the people of India today, especially the youth, this heritage is a powerful source of inspiration. In the end, the echoes of these ancient inventions are all around us. This rich history is not a relic to be placed in a museum. It is a living legacy that continues to shape our present and inspire our tomorrow.